to the greatest show on dirt. It's the monster.
Tampa Bay, are you ready? Make some noise!
This is Monster Jam!
The first competition is Monster Jam JCB Racing. Each one of our drivers have been slotted into spots 1 through 8 based on a random draw. Now it is the driver against the clock, and the driver with the fastest time is walking away with the first 8 points of this afternoon's event. But there is so much more on the line right now. We have Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay Lucky Section giveaway. We've been doing this all weekend, so take a look at the video board. Each one of those drivers and trucks is representing a lucky section. So, for example, Gravedigger is representing section 130, Monster Mutt Dalmatian section 115, Thunder Roar is section 102, and so on and so forth. If your driver wins the JCB Racing competition, your lucky section is going home with a free chicken sandwich, courtesy of Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay. So when you see your driver pull up to the line, I need you guys to be so loud and give them a lot of encouragement. Tampa, all that said and done, who's ready for JCB Racing? Kicking things off, representing Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay Lucky Section 117, it's Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Once again, that time to beat is going to be set, as you see right there, by Excalibur's Mike Pagliarulo with that 11.233. One down, 7 competitors to go. Continuing on, representing Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay Lucky Section 115, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. A 10.508 for Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now there will be a 5-second penalty. I will explain that in one moment. The original super glue glued to the action replay tells the story as she was coming around. She hit that gray turn cone. So Monster Jam fans, that was a solid race pass. However, as she was coming around the initial turn, she hit what we call our gray turn cone. So anytime a driver hits one of those, crushes it, hits it out of bounds, it is automatic 5-second penalty. So you can see that reflected up there on the video board. Her official time will be 15.508. Continuing on, representing Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 116, Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. For Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, we got a new time to beat in the JCB racing competition. Once again, that new time to beat, a 10.871. Courtesy of Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Remember, he is representing Lucky Section 116, so keep an eye out there on the video board, guys. Right now, he is currently in first place. Continuing on, representing Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 101, it's Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. .728 for Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon. Getting word that there is a broken axle on that Monster Jam truck. As she was coming around that final turn going up the ramp, you notice she slowed down significantly right here. The original super glue glued to the action replay. She had great momentum throughout, but then slowed down at that very end. We'll catch up with Kay Young in a little bit to see exactly what's going on with that Monster Jam truck, but we are getting word that it is a broken axle. Continuing on, representing Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 118, it's Brandon Toluchka, just get her done too. New leader, new time to beat, the fastest of the weekend by our two-time JCB Racing winner this weekend, Brandon Toluchka, just get her done too. Once again, Brandon Toluchka, just get her done too. A 10.205. That is officially the fastest time of the weekend. A personal best for Brandon Toluchka and just get her done too. He's been representing Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 118, and actually won the JCB Racing competition twice yesterday. So you guys are looking to be in good shape on your way to free chicken sandwiches. But we still have 3 more competitors to go. Continuing on, representing Chick-fil-A, Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 102 from Lucinda, Pennsylvania, it's Tony Oaks, Thunderoris. A little extra flair at the end. Official time for Tony Oaks and Thunder Roar is a 10.450. That's going to put him currently in second place in the JCB racing competition. Start up there on the video board, the original Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. A little stoppy action, which we normally don't see in the JCB racing competition. Monster Jam fans, before we can continue on with our JCB racing competition, I do want to draw your attention one more time up there to the video board. Brandon Telechka, Just Get It On 2, has been unstoppable this entire weekend. He is very in tune with the track. He understands how to cut those corners, especially that final turn where a lot of drivers have been losing crucial time. He cuts that corner nice and tight, hits the throttle, and goes right over that finish line. Again, fastest time of the weekend, a 10.205. Not too far behind, though. We're seeing a lot of 10s on the board. You got Thunder Roar's Tony Oaks at 10.405. And then, of course, rounding out that top three, Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken, a 10.871. Chick-fil-A, Lucky Section 118 right now is still in the lead. Can we hold on to it? We got two more competitors to go. Representing Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 114. It's MJ Solario, El Toro Loco. Unofficial time at 12.574. But as I've explained earlier, you see it up there on the original Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. He did unfortunately hit that gray turn cone, which is in fact a 5-second penalty. So his official time, a 17.574. Approaching the line, our final competitor in the JCB racing competition, representing Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 130, it's Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Getting that Monster Jam truck restaged and ready to fire. .755 for Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. That means the winner of the JCB racing competition, representing Chick-fil-A Tampa Bay, Lucky Section 118 for the third time this weekend, Brandon Telechka, Just Get Her Done 2. An amazing weekend for Brandon Telechka, Just Get Her Done 2. He is so in tune with the truck and the track. Fastest time of the weekend, 10.205. He has now won free chicken sandwiches for section 118K. Take it away.
Brandon, you have swept the entire weekend here in JCB racing. Can you talk us through the racing? Was it the dirt? Was it the truck? Was it just kind of a combination of everything?
Man, I tell you what, honestly, it's all about the fans here. You guys have been the craziest fans we had this whole year. You know, we put a chicken sandwich online too. That helps a lot. But I can't thank you guys enough for coming out here And yeah, we're just going to keep getting after it.
Racing was amazing. We're going to move things over into the Great Clips skills competition, and you've been so consistent this entire weekend. Do you think you could be able to take your first Great Clips two-wheel skills challenge win here tonight?
Yeah, it's Sunday Fun Day, you know, last event of the weekend. Time to get wild. We have all week to work on that Monster Jam truck, so as long as you guys get, crazier you guys get, the crazier we get in these 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks. See you guys, Tampa. You guys ready for some two-wheel skills challenge?
Let's hear it for your JCB Racing winner, Brandon Toluchka. Just get her done too.
Jabari here, I'm back in section 118. How about that, huh? 3 nights in a row. That is incredible. You know what? We got to do something to celebrate. So what we're going to do, we're going to spin the Monster Jam wheel. So let's put it up. Whatever it lands on, that's the thing we're going to do. Let's do it. Spin it. It's the Chick-fil-A dance party. Come on, 118. Come on, Amalie Arena, Tampa Bay. Get up on your feet and let's move.
Tampa, give yourselves a huge round of applause. What a way to get things started. Free chicken sandwiches at Chick-fil-A dance party, you guys are absolutely amazing. Let's keep our attention, though, up there on that video board. I want to show you where each of our drivers stand currently in pursuit of that overall event championship. Brandon Toluchka, just get her done, too, for the third time this weekend, sitting pretty at the top with 8 points, but only 1 point behind Tony Oaks and Thunder Roars with 7. And then rounding out that top 3, we've been seeing a lot of this pattern throughout the weekend, a very similar top 3. Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger with 6 going into our next phase of the competition, which is going to be the Great Clips two-wheel skills challenge. Now we're looking for a variety of things in this particular phase of the competition. Each driver is going to have 2 attempts to showcase their best moves just on 2 BKT tires. But I talk about this a lot, okay? Our drivers are so proficient and so talented that sometimes they can actually balance on 1 BKT tire. So keep an extra eye out for that. We're looking for moves such as stoppies, poppers, wheelies, bicycles, moonwalks, so much more. And don't worry, I'll be talking you through these moves as they are actually being executed down there on the track, because you Monster Jam fans are going to be playing a really crucial role at judgeszone.com. We'll get to that, though, in just a few moments.
Well, all our Monster Jam trucks are ready to go for our second competition, the Great Clips two-wheel skills challenge. So right now, I'm going to go into Monster Jam Truck Parts 101. Right now, I'm holding the brake caliper. We have brake calipers just like we do on our personal vehicles, but we only have 2 on a Monster Jam truck. That's what stops these 1,500 horsepower, 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks in their tracks. So in between this brake caliper, we'll have ceramic brake pads, and they're a little bit thicker than your normal brake pads on your personal vehicle. And this caliper right here is actually right here on Gravedigger. So there's one on the front and there's one on the back. And there is a brake rotor hat right here. And with the help of the brake caliper and the brake rotor hat, that's what stops these Monster Jam trucks dead in their tracks. It is connected right here to the drive shaft, and then the other part is connected to the differential, or the third member, which you can't see, but it's right inside of the housing. And that is part of the braking system here for our Monster Jam trucks.
It is officially time for the Great Clips two-wheel skills challenge. But remember, I talked about this a little bit. You, our Monster Jam fans, are going to be playing a really crucial role utilizing judgeszone.com. Jabari, I have a feeling you're still hanging out in section 118. Let's talk about judgeszone.com and what our fans need to do.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Monster Jam is completely unscripted, and it's up to you, the fans, to get those scores in. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Just head to your phone, go to judgeszone.com. We also have it on the banister all over Amalie Arena. We also have this QR code that you can scan. It will take you directly to judgeszone.com. That city code is TPA. TPA, Tampa Bay. Yeah, TPA. Once you put that in, you're going to see that BKT tire just like you see right here from these incredible Monster Jam fans. Now, this is how you're going to score the competition, okay? You're going to move that tire up into the green to score the highest, or you're going to move that BKT tire in the red. Just look at you, just like that. Or you're going to move it into the red to score the lowest. And then you got 20 seconds after each competition to lock in those scores. It's simple as that. You can choose any number in between based on what you think about the competition, okay? You guys ready for more Monster Jam Tampa Bay? Let me hear you. Come on.
Kicking things off, we have the Crazy Bull, MJ Solario, El Toro Loco. Starting off strong with a Monster Jam popper. Lining up with the side of that elevated obstacle, hitting a throttle and popping it on the front two BKT tires. Really solid control. One attempt down, one to go.
Let's hear it for MJ Solario in El Toro Loco. Tampa Bay, now's your chance to head to judgeszone.com. You can also scan that QR code. You got 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and lock in those scores.
Two solid poppers to start off the Great Clips Two Wheel Skills Challenge. It's a very technical move. You have to find that perfect balancing point between momentum and control, and that's what he did successfully. You see it up there on the original super glue, glued to the action replay. A little extra flair with the smoke coming out of the bull. Overall, really solid way to start the Great Clips Two Wheel Skills Challenge. He's setting the bar for his fellow competitors right now. Let's see what you guys thought. Scores are officially locked. And coming in on the video board, a 7.285. That's going to be the score to beat in the Great Clips Two Wheel Skills Challenge. Coming up next, put those puppy paws together. She hails from Christmas, Florida. It's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. great control right there from Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Finds the balancing point on that popper and then takes it right to the lip of that elevated obstacle. Really nice control on the dismount.
Make some noise for Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Tampa Bay, it's your time to use judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
She seems to be really happy with that one. Two spectacular attempts that showcased just what a proficient driver she is, okay? The amount of control that it takes to pull off both of those moves. She went into that popper initially. The second one was a stoppie, where you're in that complete vertical position on the front two BKT tires. Now, you're going to hear me talk about this a little bit throughout the competition, but anytime the drivers are in vertical positioning, all they're looking at is directly at the dirt. So they have to be very in tune with themselves and the Monster Jam trucks. Let's see what you guys thought of that one. Score to beat right now, a 7.285 from El Toro Loco. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is an 8.428, which means we have a new leader and new score to beat in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. The original super glue glued to the action replay is up there right now. This is what I was talking about initially. She takes it right to the brink and then ever so carefully slides down that ramp on the side of that elevated obstacle. We haven't seen that throughout the weekend from honestly any of our competitors taking advantage of that particular side of our pod to incorporate that in their Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills run. Hailing from Osteen, Florida, coming up next, it's Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. Monster Jam fans, as you can see, he quite literally stuck the landing. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Kicked it on the back two BKT tires, found perfect vertical positioning. And again, quite literally stuck the landing. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay. He cradles it back, finds that balancing point, and if you notice right there, is where he kind of digs into that dirt, rocking it back and forth. It looks like he might have been able to get it back upright on all four BKT tires, but as you can see, those tires were rotating so quickly, he was not able to get back on all four. Let's see what you guys thought of that one. He was stuck on that wheelie bar. A 6.412. Again, a 6.412 for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Okay, That was actually really, really entertaining to watch.
It definitely was. He was stuck on the wheelie bar, and that wheelie bar is for that purpose. It's able to do those kind of reverse poppers and reverse wheelies, and of course, it also protects the fuel cell or the fuel tank, and it also protects that master power outlet that we can't see, but it's located right behind the fuel cell.
And we want to give a huge shout out right now to our partners at JCB, helping us out, getting Excalibur back on all 4 BKT tires so that we're able to continue on with the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Just a reminder right now, sitting pretty at the top, we got Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Can she hold on to the top spot? We're about to find out because our next competitor coming to the track, once again from Osteen, Florida, it's Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. Reverse popper from Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. 1 attempt down, 1 to go. Let's see what he has in store for his second attempt.
Make some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
First attempt was a successful reverse popper. Kay, I want to talk about that second one, though, because from my vantage point, it looked like he might have been lining up for a bicycle, but then backed it up and then lined up with the log stack. I'm not sure what your vantage point was, but for me, I was unsure where he was going with that second attempt.
I think it all depends on the driver's perspective when they're filling out the track. So he might have been trying to line up for a bicycle and then maybe felt something was wrong, or maybe there's something on the track that he didn't like to see. So that's why he went for that popper.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kay, for that one. Right now, everybody, Monster Jam fans, we're going to remind you the score to beat Monster Mutt Dalmatian at 8.428. The score for Kraken is a 6.166. That's going to put him currently in 4th place in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Now, Monster Jam fans, I heard a couple of oohs and ahs in the arena. Remember, you have all the power. So make sure when that 20-second clock starts, you have your phone already in your hand, open to Judgeszone.com. He won the JCB racing competition. Can he continue this momentum? Coming up next, Brandon Toluchka just get her done too. Jam fans, let's hear it for Brandon Telechka. Just get her on 2. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Original super glue, glued to the action replay. What an incredible run. We have seen really some of the best come out right now. That first attempt was that popper where he actually pivoted as he was on the center of that elevated obstacle. Second attempt, he pushed the boundaries just a little bit too far. Found that balancing point, cradled it onto the front of that Monster Jam truck, and that's where he lost it, right there at the very end. But really, really impressive nonetheless. Score to beat right now, Monster Mutt Dalmatian at 8.428. The score for Just Get Her Done 2 is at 8.2, a 6.2. Very respectable score. That's going to put him currently in second place in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge.
Monster Jam fans, I'm back here in section 116. I'm sitting with this awesome kiddo right here, Kaiser. You see yourself on the video board, huh? It's pretty cool. Hey, I got something for you, okay? I got 4 tickets to Monster Jam next year, but you have to answer this this trivia question really quick, okay? So we're going to put it up on the Monster Jam video board, and let's see if Kaiser can get this. Make sure you guys help him out. Let's see it.
Hey, Monster Jam fans, Brandon Telechka here. Time to play some Monster Jam trivia. What are these Monster Jam truck bodies made of? Is it A, steel, B, plastic, C, bubble gum, or D, glass? If you know the answer, let me hear you.
I need you guys to yell out the answer if you think you know. Help Kaiser out. Kaiser, do you think you got the right answer?
Fiberglass!
He says loud and clear, fiberglass. Is he right? Fiberglass is right. You know what? I got something very special. I know it's only 2 of you, but you can bring a couple of friends with you. I got 4 tickets to Monster Jam coming to Raymond James Stadium February 2nd. These are for you. Everybody give Kaiser a round of applause. Now, who's ready for more Monster Jam?
Jumping back into things with that black and green wrecking machine, Tyler Meninga, Grave Digger. Looks like he's lining up for a potential bicycle. Let's see if he's feeling it.
Let's hear it for Tyler Meninga, Grave Digger. Tampa Bay, it is up to you. Head to judgeszone.com and let's lock in those scores.
Original super glue glued to the action replay showcases those bicycles. Okay, that first attempt got some good momentum, but it kind of looked like that was his warm-up. That second attempt went into the bicycle as well as the sidewall save as well.
Well, you could kind of see, Christina, how the dirt kind of broke underneath of his tire there on the first attempt, and I think that's why we saw the second attempt, because Tyler knew he could land that bicycle the way he wanted.
Now, why do you feel, we talk about this sometimes, that bicycle is arguably one of the more difficult things to pull off here at Monster Jam. Why is that the case?
because you have to be able to balance on 2 tires, and it's not the full length of the tire, it's not the full width, it's actually only half of the tire on the sidewall sometimes. And also, too, keep in mind that the degree of difficulty within an arena setting, because it's so narrow, because it's so small, this is more technical driving, so kudos to him.
Well, let's see if it paid off. Score to beat right now, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, an 8.428. The score for Grave Digger is an 8.810. We got a new leader and new score to beat. Coming up next, I Need You to Roar for Tony Oaks in Thunder Roaris. Balanced on 1 BKT tire towards the end of that attempt. Impressive stuff, courtesy of Tony Oaks and Thunder Roaris.
Let's hear it for Tony Oaks in Thunder Roaris. 20 seconds, let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com is up to you, Tampa Bay.
That was definitely one of the most controlled runs we've seen throughout the entirety of this phase of the competition. And he does it twice. The first attempt you see there, the original super glue glued to the action replay, goes into the stoppie, balances it on the nose, kicks it into reverse into that moonwalk, goes up the elevated obstacle, and at one point shifts the truck. I'm not sure if we're going to see it here, but at one point he does balance on the front right BKT tire. Really, really difficult stuff. A testament to the fact that he's been doing this for about 11 years, and you can see why he is a very renowned driver here at Monster Jam. Score to beat right now is Gravedigger in 8.810. The score for Thunder Roaris is his highest score of the weekend in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, a 9.559. We got a new leader and new score to beat.
Well, you saw that Megalodon and Michaela Toluchka is back out on the track, and that is because of her team out there. They had replaced the outer axle, and that's what they were doing right there up in that video. So they replaced everything, got her back out into the track here, and we're going to see her coming up here in just a little bit, but her team thrashing in the back there. And that is the outer axle, so that is what they replaced. That is actually the new one. You're going to see the broken one here in just a moment. That is the broken outer axle. Now in the middle is the U-joint, which connects the inner and the outer axle together. The inner axle is actually hidden in the housing, so they had to pull the entire thing out and replace it just to get to the broken outer axle. So kudos to our entire team her brother, her dad, everybody out there thrashing, including herself, to get her back into our second competition here in the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
And here she is, ready to make some waves. It's Michaela Telechka, Megalodon.
Make some noise for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Lock in those scores right now. You can use that QR code as well, or head to judgeszone.com.
Two great poppers from Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. Right up there, the original super glue glued to the action replay. Your reminder of that run as you are scoring our final competitor using judgeszone.com. You got a few more seconds left. We want to make sure that your voices are heard because Monster Jam is the only sport in the world where our fans directly impact the outcome. Our UNOH technicians, her crew chief, her father, her brother, everybody was working behind the scenes to make sure that she was able to come back out on this track. So once again, kudos to them. Let's see what you guys thought of that one. Scores coming in on the video board for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. A 6.620. That's going to put her concluding the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge in 6th place. But that means the winner for the first time this weekend of the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, the military man himself, Tony Oaks, Thunderoris.
Tony, congratulations. You were able to end the win streak there of Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger, and you did it with some two great attempts here. Is it the dirt? Is it the tires? What is it that you were able to balance that Thunder Roar's truck on those two BKT tires?
Hey, I got to give all the props to my crew chief, Adama. You know, we had that front end of that truck destroyed last night doing a backflip, came down on the nose, destroyed the front shocks, as well as a lot of other things. He worked all solid throughout the night to get that thing back on track. He's got it fast. He's got it on rails. I'm feeling confident today. I think we can come out here for a win today.
You got 31 Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge wins here in the 2024 season. The momentum is on your side. We've got Sky Wheelies. We've got Freestyle. You landed an epic freestyle yesterday. Do you think you can carry it in here?
How many wins did you say that was?
31.
Wow, that's a great number. I like hearing that. 31 on the year, but you know what? Let bygones be bygones. I put the past behind me. I'm thinking to the future. You guys, Tampa, up next, we got those wild, crazy, clinically insane freestyle motocross dirt bike riders. Hold on to your butts, because it's about to get hot.
You can always count on Tony Oaks in Thunder Roars to end it with a bang here at Monster Jam for the first half. Listen, we hope you guys are having a great time with us. We got a lot more Monster Jam-packed action coming your way, but right now it is halftime. So the perfect time, get up, stretch your legs, grab a snack, hop on over to one of our merchandise stands. You can walk away with one of these really cool Chuck and Pals toys. We got hats, we got t-shirts, we got the green screen photo booth, one of the coolest experiences here at Monster Jam where you actually get to jump in a real Monster Jam chassis. So a really cool opportunity here at Monster Jam. But come on back to us, because in just a little bit, as Tony was saying, the U.S. FMX team is going to take to the track and take to the skies.
I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field.
Monster Jam fans, it is time for Monster Jam Sky Wheelies, and it's up to you, the fans, to score this competition. You're going to judge based on creativity, height, and verticality, and how they land on this pod. It's going to be up to you for the outcome of this competition. Who's ready for more Monster Jam? Let me hear ya!
She's ready to make some waves. It's Megalodon, Megalodon.
Make some noise for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Up there on the video board, the original super glue glued to the action replay. So she had great momentum coming around and then hitting the side of that log stack. That's where she lost a little bit of that pop. So you saw that vertical positioning, but she didn't get the height that we're looking for in the Sky Wheelie competition. But the vertical positioning was certainly there. Let's see what you guys thought. Scores are locked and coming in on the video board of 5.393. That's going to be the score to beat in the Sky Wheelie competition.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here with some awesome lucky fans, and they're going to help me introduce this next truck. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyler Miniga in
Grave Digger!
Let's make some noise for Tyler Meninga, Grave Digger. Time to get those scores locked in now at Judgeszone.com. Did he meet the requirements there to get a high score and take the lead? Christina, we're looking at some great vertical position and just kind of riding those back tires too.
Absolutely. Listen, you could always count on that extra flair from Tyler. Okay, you see it there. You see the control. He sticks the landing. He utilized a different side of that elevated obstacle. We see some variations throughout the weekend, and it really is driver preference at this point. Let's see if this one paid off. Score to beat right now is Megalodon with a 5.393. The score for Grave Digger is... It did, in fact, pay off. That extra flare, an 8.491. We got a new leader, a new score to beat in the Sky Wheelie competition. Coming up next, from Paso Robles, California, it's MJ Solario, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. judgeszone.com.
Really nice height there. The original super glue glued to the action replay. That's the pop that I was talking about earlier. He takes advantage of the momentum coming around the track, slows up slightly before hitting the throttle and going into that sky wheelie. Wasn't completely in the vertical position, but the pop was there, and then you got that little extra creativity with the smoke from the bull. Score to beat right now is Gravedigger with an 8.491. The score for El Toro Loco is an 8.176. Very respectable score, putting him currently in second place in the Sky Wheelie competition. Continuing on, he's a second generation driver. It's Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. 20 seconds. Tampa Bay, let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
A similar approach to that of Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, the original super glue glued to the action replay right up there for you guys. As you are comparing, remember you guys are the judges. So in your opinion, was that a better presentation than that of our current leader, Gravedigger, with an 8.491. Few more seconds to get those scores locked in for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Solid positioning, the vertical positioning that we're looking for was in fact there. Let's take it up to the video board. A 6.945, putting him currently in third place in Monster Jam Sky Wheelies. It's time to release the Kraken with Nick Pagliarulo.
Let's hear it for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
We've now seen three competitors with a very similar approach. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, however, is a little bit more calculated with his approach. He lines up with the ramp, kicks it into reverse before going forward and hitting the throttle, going into that vertical sky wheelie. Let us know what you thought. A couple more seconds left for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. We just saw two Pagliarulos go back to back. Similar driving style, similar flair. Again, they took advantage of a different side of the elevated obstacle. Let's take a look at the video board. A 7.192, putting him currently in third place in Monster Jam Sky Wheelies. He's the 2024 Breakout Driver of the Year, Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too.
Let's hear it for Brandon Telechka in Just Get Her Done Too. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
You heard Jabari, just a few more seconds left. For Brandon Teletzka, just get her done too. Original super glue glued to the action replay. Showcases that nice vertical positioning. Landed on the back two BKT tires. Really solid performance from Brandon Teletzka, just get her done too. Scores are locked in. Let's focus our attention up there on the video board. A 7.983. We've seen a lot of this pattern jumping to third place here in the Sky Wheelie competition. Coming to the track, a veteran of our great nation, Tony Oaks, Thunderoris.
Make some noise for Tony Oaks in Thunderoris. 20 seconds to lock in those scores right now. Judgeszone.com.
That's what we're looking for here in Monster Jam Sky Wheelies. It checked off all the boxes. It had the height, it had the pop, it had the vertical positioning. Really impressive start to the second half of Monster Jam for Tony Oaks. He's certainly carrying that momentum from the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge into this phase of the competition. Score to beat right now, Gravedigger an 8.491. The score for Thunderoris is an 8.328. That's going to put him currently in second place in the Sky Wheelie competition. Impressive stuff, but it wasn't enough, to take over the top of the leaderboard, which is right now still held onto by Gravedigger. Original super glue glued to the action replay. Kay, what did you think of that one? Because, I looked at it from here. It looked like a really textbook Sky Wheelie.
It was a really textbook Sky Wheelie, but it was the landing that is the issue. So if we can take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay once again, when he lands vertically, he lands so hard on that right rear tire that you can see the tire was spinning and then it locks, right? So that potentially means that there's a planetary issue. What is a planetary? Well, if you open the wheel well, you'll see a hub, and once you remove that hub, you'll see the planetary, and Christina has 3 gears, and then they rotate around a sun gear, and of course with all the help of the axles and things like that, that's what helps spin the tires. So unlike a vehicle like our cars, we have planetary gears that help drive the power and spin the tires, and that's what they think is potentially broken. Adama, the crew chief for Thunderoris, said, he's like, I think that's a planetary. And,
he's been working so hard the last 24 hours because the first event and the second event yesterday, we saw Morgan & Morgan backflips with a lot of hard landings from Tony Oaks in Thunderoris. I know that impacted the truck, but listen, kudos to Adama here, because if anybody can get the job done, it's going to be him.
Definitely, Adama is one of those crew chiefs. I mean, you heard him earlier today in this event talking about all the work he had to do on the front end, the front part of Thunderoris, because of the fact of that he landed that backflip yesterday. So he is an amazing crew chief. He is an amazing technician. I think he's going to be able to fix this. A planetary fix usually takes about 20 to 25 minutes, but if there's multiple technicians to help, we might see him back just before Freestyle. So I think we can cross our fingers, maybe say a little prayer here for Tony Oaks and Thunderoris, but I personally believe we should see Thunderoris back as long as they're able to quickly change out the planetary and there's no other issues looming inside of the hub.
And listen, we truly have some of the best in the business, okay? Our talented UNOH technicians, we always try to shout them out because they are the unsung heroes of this sport, Kay. You and I know this. They are the first ones in, the last ones out on an event day. And we talked about this a little bit during trackside. They make sure that these trucks are not only performance ready, but most importantly, that they are safe for our Monster Jam drivers in order to do these incredible moves and these Morgan & Morgan backflips and stoppies and poppers. So, you know, we couldn't do what we do here at Monster Jam without our talented UNOH technicians. So Tampa, they've been working really hard all weekend. They've been behind the scenes. Can we please take a moment to give them a huge round of applause for our talented UNOH technicians here at Monster Jam? Our final competitor here in Monster Jam Sky Wheelies. She's the rising star of the year, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Make some noise for Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
The confidence right there from Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. No hesitation. Great momentum. The biggest jump that we've seen in the Sky Wheelie competition. It had the greatest height. It had the vertical positioning. Everything that we're looking for. Really solid way to end this phase of the competition. Score to beat right now, held onto by Gravedigger, who was the second competitor here with an 8.491. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is a 9.128, the winner of the Sky Wheelie competition for the third time this weekend. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Sweeping the weekend in Sky Wheelie wins. That was such an incredible display of agility, of control, of aggression, and it all culminated in a winning Sky Wheelie from Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. There's a reason why she is the rising star of the year. We witnessed it right here, right now, standing by with Kay Young for her final victory speech in the Sky Wheelie competition.
Jamie, congratulations. You have just dominated this entire competition this weekend. Another great Sky Wheelie competition. What makes you choose the ramp that you do?
You know, a lot of people did hit the center ramp, and you could see it was a little bit steep, but, you know, those logs, you can always count on them. They're never going to go wrong. They're so stout, so I just kind of sent it, and you know what? You got to put the pedal to the metal and just send it up that ramp.
We've got one last competition. I know you're going to make it count. Monster Jam Freestyle is coming up next. How stoked are you to kind of wrap things up here in Florida, especially being your home state?
You know, this puppy has so many tricks up its sleeves, so y'all be ready for freestyle. It's going to get pretty wild out here.
Congratulations. Let's make some noise for your Sky Wheelie competition winner, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Take a look up there right now at the BKT overall event leaderboard. The points at the top are very close. All right, we got Tony Oaks and Thunderoris with 21 points, only 1 point behind. Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger with 20. Brandon Telechka, Jess Getterdon to 17 points. Rounding out that top four, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian with that Sky Wheelie win, adding some significant points to her total currently with 16. All right, it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to walk away as not only the freestyle winner, but your BKT overall event champion. Now, coming up next is the grand finale, your local Ford dealers freestyle. Now, each driver is going to have 60 seconds to showcase everything that they have. They want to leave it all out there on the track. It's the final event of the weekend. Final time here in Florida for the summer, so we know these drivers are going to put the pedal to the metal, give you those combination moves, those wow factor moves, the technical moves as well. And something very, very important to note, in order to qualify for a score, these drivers must complete at least 15 seconds of their run. So keep that in mind as you're scoring accurately and fairly at judgeszone.com. But not only that, all right, Monster Jam fans, during the freestyle competition, everyone is going to have the opportunity to win a free Chick-fil-A sandwich when your favorite Monster Jam trucks completes the Chick-fil-A move of the night. So keep an extra eye out for that as well, because chicken sandwiches are on the line.
Monster Jam fans, I am here with Eddie and Asher, and we are about to play a really cool game. Are you having a good time, kiddo? He said yes earlier. All right, he's like looking at himself on the screen. He's like, is that me? Okay, we're going to play something called the helmet shuffle, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put a trophy underneath one of the 3 helmets that we're going to show, and then we're going to shuffle it around right here, as you can see on the board. And it's under the middle one right now, so keep your eye on it. And whatever it shuffles, and you have to guess where this trophy is. Let's go ahead and shuffle it around. Here we go. It's under the middle one right now. And there it goes, low. Okay. I need you guys to shout it out and help them out. 1, 2, or 3. What do you think, Eddie?
1.
He thinks it's 1. Let's go ahead and unveil these helmets, and let's see if he's right. Gonna win a prize here for his son. It's not under 2. It's not under 3. That means this must be under 1. Look what I got you. It's pretty cool. It's a Truck and Power Monster Jam storybook. For you, pretty cool, right? Well, you guys, we are ready for more Monster Jam, I think. Come on, Tampa Bay, let me hear you.
Monster Jam fans, we're going to give you a real in-time view of what's going on right now. Even Tony Oaks and Thunder Roars is working on changing out that planetary. They've got the wheel off, and they're trying to work on releasing that cap. You can see that right now, that they are trying to release that cap to try to get that planetary off. It is stuck currently right now, and so that's what they're working on, to try to remove that and then replace the planetary. So this is a real-time action of what's going on right in the back crash zone, as you saw Thunder Roars getting towed off here to the back. We'll keep you updated on what's going on here with Thunder Roars.
Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time for you, the fans, to get freestyle started. I need everybody to take out your cell phone lights, and I need you to go with the beat with me. You ready? We're going up. Oh, there's Thunder Debug. Keep it going. Up, down. We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is your local Ford dealers freestyle. Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Thunderbugs seem to really like the start of your local Ford dealers freestyle. But Tampa, what did you guys think? Remember, you got to go to JudgesZone.com. Slide the BKT tire up or down. Let us know what you thought of Mike Pagliarulo, your 2024 Rookie of the Year, final freestyle of the weekend, setting the bar for his fellow competitors. This has been a very exciting weekend, especially in Monster Jam freestyle, because you really never know what you're going to see here at Monster Jam. Scores are locked. Let's take it up to the video board. A 5.243, that's going to be the score to beat in your local Ford dealers freestyle. It's time to get a little crazy with MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
A fierce start to that freestyle. The original super glue glued to the action replay showcases some nice air. But we actually see right there MJ Solorio gesturing that Monster Jam truck was broken at about the 30-second mark. Seems to have lost second gear, which is why he had to stop that Monster Jam freestyle run. But remember, Tampa, each and every one of these drivers comes out here to give you their best. So let's hear it one more time for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Score to beat right now is a 5.243 Excalibur. The score for El Toro Loco is a 6.039. We got a new leader and new score to beat. Coming to the track, let's get those puppy paws together for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Ten seconds left on the clock. It looks like she's lining up for a Morgan & Morgan backflip.
Let's hear for Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com is up to you, Tampa Bay.
You see it up there, that gesture means that Monster Jam truck is broken. So throughout that freestyle, she got some great air, some solid moments. Started off with a popper, the original super glue glued to the action. Replay tells the story. As she was coming around, it looked like she was lining up perfectly with that Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. And unfortunately, these are 12,000-pound Monster Jam machines, and sometimes we do have breakage or electrical issues. And again, that gesture that she made showcases that that truck, unfortunately, at the very end, did break. Getting word now that it might be a blown transmission. Score to beat right now is currently held at the top, a 6.039 El Toro Loco. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is a 7.679. Good enough to move her up to the top of the leaderboard, currently in first place in your local Ford dealers freestyle.
Take a look at the video board. They're still trying to get that planetary off. It is very broken in there, and they're still having a hard time trying to get the old one out. They've still been working on it. All of them have been tirelessly trying to get that old planetary off. It is stuck in there pretty well. Even Tony Oaks, you can see they're trying to help out. It was suggested that they just tire down and call it quits. Every single technician back there said absolutely not. They're still working on it. So we hope to see Tony Oaks and Thunder Roars back out here for freestyle.
Making her way to the track, a second-generation driver hailing from Kewaunee, Wisconsin, Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. Scoring is open at JudgesZone.com. Let's hear it from Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. Original super glue glued to the action. Replay. If you guys thought that was a fantastic freestyle, you gotta let us know. It had some really solid moments. The popper at the end with that rollover, the slow motion rollover. It had a stoppy midway through at about the 30-second mark. Something we don't usually see from Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon, showcasing, you know, how she's progressed, especially this season. Scores are locked in. Score to beat right now is Monster Mutt Dalmatian, a 7.679. The score for Megalodon is an 8.878. We got a new leader and new score to beat.
Well, this is just an update right now from the back with Thunder Roars and Tony Oaks. They finally got the old planetary off, and now the new one is going back on right now. So, again, a big testament, Christina, to our UNOH technicians. Of course, like I said, it was kind of suggested that maybe since the planetary wasn't coming off the old one, that maybe they should just wrap things up, but no one gave up back there.
You know, there's a lot of tenacity going into the behind-the-scenes work here at Monster Jam, and we witnessed that. We witnessed the camaraderie that we like to see, and, you know, I want to just thank you, Kay, for showing us behind the scenes how many people really are working to get this done, okay? It's a competition, but it's also about teamwork as well. You got Gravedigger crew chiefs, you got Thunder Roars crew chiefs, of course, El Toro Loco. All hands are on deck right now, Kay. It's really something great to see.
And there's actually 3 other technicians that you can't see in this video right now that have also been helping. So it is a tremendous effort here. As you can see right now, I believe they're almost wrapping things up. So this is pretty awesome to watch here right now. Adama is working on trying to put that cap back on here. I think I can't see from my point of view right now, but it looks like they may be wrapping things up. So we actually may be able to see Thunder Roars come back out here. I mean, like I said, at first it was not looking good for him to come out into the freestyle competition, and we might not have seen him here in the final event.
This might be something, Kay, that, you know, to your point, it might also come down to the wire. That hub is off. They're still thrashing right now. All signs seem positive. But again, this is Monster Jam. You got to expect the unexpected, especially when working behind the scenes. These are 12,000-pound, unpredictable machines sometimes. But again, huge kudos to our amazing and talented UNOH technicians. Tony Oaks right now is fighting for a BKT overall event championship for the final event here in Tampa. And we know he's going to give it his all if he has the opportunity to come back here on the track and throw down in Monster Jam Freestyle. Those bells only mean one thing. Who's ready for Gravedigger?
Let's hear it for Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
You guys know what to do. Turn the screens into scores for Tyler Meninga in Gravedigger. Landing that Morgan & Morgan backflip. Great height, great variety throughout the entirety of that freestyle. There's a reason why he's the 2024 World Finals Freestyle Champion. You see it each time he comes out here on the track and throws down in your local Ford dealers freestyle. What'd you guys think, though? Score to beat right now. Once again, that score to beat an 8.878 by Megalodon. The score for Grave Digger is a 9.668. New leader, new score to beat. Making his way onto the track in your local Ford dealers freestyle. From Kewaunee, Wisconsin, Brandon Telechka, just get her done too.
Let's hear it for Brandon Telechka in Just Get It Done 2. Tampa Bay, you got 20 seconds. Lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Some epic air right there on the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Soars through the air. At the very end, though, he took a bit of a risk here. Gets that big air and goes for yet another stoppie. So he saw two back-to-back ones, but right at the buzzer, lands it on all four BKT tires. Couple more seconds. Let's get those scores locked in for Brandon Telechka. Clowning around down there on the track. Scores are locked. Coming in on the video board right now for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. An 8.110. That's going to put him currently in third place in your local Ford dealers freestyle. We have 6 competitors down, 2 to go. This has been a very exciting grand finale in Tampa. We've had an amazing weekend. So many talented Monster Jam superstars collectively are down there on the track. And we're going to continue on right now with the 2019 Rookie of the Year, Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Let's hear it for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. 20 seconds, let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com is up to you, Tampa.
The Calamari King laying down a solid freestyle performance. The original super glue glued to the action, replay, some big air. Throughout the entirety of that, he takes full advantage of each and every obstacle out there on the track. Getting some really great height throughout those jumps. Let us know what you thought. A few more seconds. We're coming down to the wire here for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Scores are locked in. Let's focus our attention up there on the video board for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. A 7.718, putting him currently in 4th place in your local Ford dealers freestyle. Want to give a big shout out to our JCB partners, our amazing equipment partners. They've been working with us the entire season here at Monster Jam.
What's happening, Monster Jam fans? I'm here in the stands now with Caitlin, and we're going to have some fun here, okay? Because we're going to play something called Finish the Lyric. It's very simple. The DJ's going to play part of a song. It's going to cut out, and you got to finish the lyric. But feel free to sing along with the whole song. The song choice of the night is Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. You should know this song, okay? All right, we're millennials, I think, right? Yeah, okay. DJ, hit it.
Oh, come here, karaoke. Me, why ain't nothing but a heartbreak? Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never want to hear you say, I want it that way.
They did it. Round of applause. I got something really cool for you right now. Here's the Truckin' Pal Gravedigger. Pretty cool, right? High five, Caitlin. Thank you so much. All right, Monster Jam fans, make some noise if you're ready for Monster Jam.
Well, Monster Jam fans, as you can see, emerging back onto the track, Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris, Adama, and all of our talented UNOH technicians were in fact able to get that planetary fixed. Something that's really difficult. Kay talked about this earlier. There's so many different layers that need to be taken off in order to get to the core of the problem. But we witnessed great teamwork. We witnessed commitment and just the perseverance that goes into all of these amazing UNOH technicians. And we know Tony Oaks is a fighter. He's not going down without laying down an amazing freestyle. Monster Jam fans, this is our final competitor of the night. All right? He is a U.S. Army veteran, here with us at Monster Jam for 11 seasons. I need you to roar so loud for Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris.
Let's hear it for Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores right now, Tampa Bay. It is up to you, the outcome of this freestyle. Judgeszone.com.
Absolutely incredible. What a way to make a comeback onto this track. Tony Oaks in Thunderosaurus. An incredible Morgan & Morgan backflip. The height that he was able to just achieve was outrageous. Let us know what you guys thought, though. It's going to come down to this. The score to beat, as you guys know, is Gravedigger. But before we get to that, we got something really exciting for you guys. The original Super Glue Glued to the Action replay with that incredible backflip, Morgan & Morgan backflip, the official move of the night, which means each and every one of you here is going home with a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. All you gotta do is download the Chick-fil-A app, make sure your location services are on, and you guys are each going home with a free Chick-fil-A sandwich, that move of the night. But remember, Monster Jam fans, these are crucial moments here at Monster Jam. Score to beat right now, Gravedigger, a 9.668. The score for Thunderosaurus is close, a 9.355. Good enough for second place in your local Ford dealers freestyle. But that means the winner of your local Ford dealers freestyle, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. But was it enough for the overall event championship? We got to confirm it right here up on the board. Let's add up those points. 6 in the JCB racing competition, 7 in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, 7 in the Skywheeling competition, 8 in your local Ford dealers freestyle. 28 points is the total. Your overall event champion is, for the third time this weekend, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger.
Tyler, it came down to your local Ford dealers freestyle between you and Tony Oaks and Thunderosaurus, but you claimed the top spot. You swept the weekend. What an amazing end to this Florida run.
Absolutely. You know what? To come out here in Tampa, Florida, man, the home of Monster Jam. And you know what? I kind of fell on my face all day today, not winning anything. I looked at Logan. I said, you know what? When it comes to local Ford dealerships freestyle, it's time to give these fans what they deserve, and that's a ragged edge, crazy Gravedigger freestyle, and that's exactly what we did, man. That backflip right there was for all you fans sitting here in Tampa Bay, baby. I love coming out here, whether it's right here at Amalie Arena or over in Raymond James. You guys know how to rock the house, that's for sure. Tampa, I love you guys, and I hope to see you next year. Thank you!
Jabari, what a way to end the weekend. There were so many nail-biting moments. What's the takeaway for you?
Wow, I love seeing all of those backflips, first of all. That's incredible. But, of course, I have to say, since I was in the stands the entire event, definitely the fans right here in Tampa Bay. You know, Christina, I've lived here now in St. Petersburg for 5 years. I was on TV here for 5 years. And there's no other fans like here in Tampa Bay.
You know what? It was like a homecoming for you to be back here on camera, and it was really great to see you do your thing in the stands with all of our amazing Monster Jam fans. We hope you guys truly had as much fun as we did, because we had a blast this weekend. On behalf of Jabari Thomas, Kay Young, I'm Christina Moore, and all of us here at Feld Entertainment for the final time this weekend, Tampa, that was Monster Jam! Thank you, everyone! Have a great night!
The keys in the ignition, so drivers fire your engines. It's a battle to the end. Never give up, never give in. It's grit and guts, dirt and dust. Get out your seat and put your hands up. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam. 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 Yeah. It's wheelies and backflips, donuts and burnouts and walk-its, full throttle, head to head. You be the judge of which truck's gonna win. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam. 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 When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit